Hello everyone, how are you doing today? We are on day 6 of the Raw Vegan Refresh, and if you're just joining us now, don't worry about it. You can still join the refresh. I'll leave a link down below this video. What I do every day is I send you the recipes for that day, and then I also add recipes for all of the days before. So if you are just joining us, that's totally cool. And then also there's a free Facebook group called Raw Souls, and you can join that too. That's just for support, for sharing recipes and ideas, and for any questions that you have throughout this 10-day refresh. There's also a little giveaway going on Instagram where I'm going to give away one of my ebooks to the 5 top photos. So make sure that you're posting every single day throughout this refresh, and you're tagging Soul in the Raw and also hashtag Raw Vegan Refresh. Now let's get to our topic today, shall we? Today is probably one of my favorite topics. It's all about salad dressings, sauces, and dips. Now what I want to do today is just show you a little bit of the ideas that I use when I make my salad dressings. So all these ingredients, all you do is basically blend them in your blender, and that is the quickest way to make your salad dressing or your sauce or your dip. And the differences between those three are just in the water content. So below this video, you'll see a link to where I posted my guide for how to make these, and it's very detailed. And then there's also a printable section, so you can print it out, put it on your fridge, and fill it out every time that you make this dressing or sauce or whatever. Now, there are about 7 elements that you need to keep in mind when you are making your dressing, sauce, or dip. And I'm going to go through each of them. The first 4 are fat, salt, sour, and sweet. So you can just remember that as FSSS. Then that's 4. Then we have our thickener, we have our base, and we have our spices. And it's all very simple, and it's really fun, and it's really just using all of the healthy ingredients that you already have in your pantry. For the fat, I have it right here. We have our coconut flakes, so you can use these as your base fat, and you can just soak it in water before you use it. And I have some almond butter right here. And I also have some tahini. And these are all raw, so you gotta make sure that they're not roasted, these 3. And then we have a little cute baby avocado. And I think this avocado just shows you perfectly the size and the amount of fat that you should be having, because fat is not healthy in very large amounts, so just make sure you're keeping it low fat, maybe a tablespoon or 2 of each of these for the whole blender, for your whole dressing. For the sour, I like to use apple cider vinegar, or I like to use lemon or orange, or really any citrus that is sour. Now for your sweet, you can use any dried fruit. I think that's the best option. So I have some dates here, I have some figs, and then I also have some maple syrup. Now for the salty, which is this section over here, I have a lot of options, because if you know me, you know that I love my salt. But so I have some actual Himalayan salt here, but I still try not to eat salt in just this form. I try to eat it with more nutrients and less sodium in it. So the way to do that is to use raw sauerkraut, or you can make it yourself, or really anything fermented that is salty, because it just has so much more flavor, so you need a small amount to really get that salty flavor. Another fermented food I have here is uming plum vinegar, one of my favorite vinegars. And then I also have chickpea miso by Miso Master, my very favorite miso kind. It's so delicious. And then some sun-dried tomatoes. Now for the base, and make sure when you're making this, you have your blender, you put your base first. We have veggies. So just as an example, I brought a tomato and then some bell peppers. And what you want to do is you always want to have the most veggies. You want to fill up your blender with those veggies at the bottom as your liquid instead of putting water. And then it's easier to blend. And it's it's less fat, right? So we're only putting in a small amount of fat, and we're putting these in to have more flavor. And then for the flavorings, you can use green onions or chives or garlic. And then I have all these spices here, and these are my favorite spices. They're actually spice blend. So, you can use things like cumin and turmeric and things like that. But then you can also use blends. So this is by Frontier Organic. And lastly, I have chia seeds and I have flax seeds. And the reason I have those, one is that they give it more thickness, because if you've ever used them, you know that once you blend them and you chop them up in your blender, they will thicken up. So they absorb liquid and they make your dressing less liquidy, which is really nice. It sticks to lettuce better or any veggies that you want to dip in there. Keep all of your fats refrigerated, except for avocado unless it gets right. But especially these little seeds, you really want to keep these refrigerated, because otherwise they can get moldy and they can go bad, and they also lose their nutritional value. Now, one more thing I want to say is that I get a lot of these items on Vitacost and also on Sunfood. So these are my two favorite websites to order from. I'm also affiliated with these two websites, and I get a discount if you do order from them, and so do you. So for Vitacost, I have $10 off for you on your first purchase. And I get a lot of these seasonings from them, a lot of my fats, a lot of the vinegars and things like that. And it's so convenient. It just goes right to your door. You don't have to go to the grocery store, and it's much cheaper than going to the grocery store. So I will link those links below this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know it was a lot of information, and if you're new to this, maybe it's overwhelming, but please don't worry. There's a link with that guide that I put together for you. And I hope you enjoy your food today. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. Don't forget to share this refresh with your friends and family. I'll put a link to sharing this refresh on Facebook below the video so they can join you and have fun too. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.